Is the caller there? Are you there, Mark?
I am.
Good to have you with us. I know you wrote the column over the weekend about Joe Torre, which was headline news, this saying it was his toughest year. What did you take from Joe? Why has this been his most difficult campaign?
Well, I think the on-field struggles of the team has definitely been the number one issue for him. You know, all the stuff that goes with losing is what makes the headlines. The Sheffield stuff, the A-Rod contract, Rivera, Posada, Bernie, all the rest of it that goes with it. If the team was winning, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But the fact that they are losing, the fact that they are as far out of the playoff race as they are right now, all of that, and the fact that Joe's own job security has become an issue throughout the course of the season, that's all combined just to make this a very tough year for him.
It was just a few years ago, Mark. I remember when Torre and the boss were not seeing eye to eye and really going at it. There was talk that Joe might not last, might not get a new contract. So this isn't the first time that he's had tough times. Is this really, in your opinion, the toughest time that he's had in his 12 years?
I would say yes, because, like I said, even when all those other things were going on, the team was winning. They were either in first place or close to first place, and obviously by the end of the season, they were division champions. Whereas this year, I heard you're opening the show. It doesn't look like the postseason is going to be a very likely scenario for them. I mean, obviously it's still possible, but it's certainly not likely.
Marc Feinsand, listen, I've heard just about enough of Gary Sheffield to last for a long time. This guy's unhappy wherever he's been, and he's got arguably Hall of Fame numbers, borderline Hall of Fame numbers, but for a guy with those sorts of numbers, he never lasts anywhere. It's because he's got a big mouth. So what should we make of these comments, Mark?
Well, I think, the fact that they were made by Gary Sheffield is all you need to know. Listen, Gary is an interesting guy to cover, and I don't think he's necessarily trying to get at somebody when he says something like this. He may actually believe that, he was treated differently because he was African American. But to go out and say Joe Torre is a racist as a result of it, I don't buy that. I know Kenny Lofton, chimed in with his 2 cents afterwards as well. But you're talking about, Kenny Lofton, a guy who had maybe one of the worst one-year tenures in Yankee history. There have been plenty of African American players who have played for Joe and not had a problem with him at all. So it's hard to take any of this real seriously.